Last week in Parliament, I know you must remember when a committee of Parliament summoned the Chief of Defence Forces, General Muhoozi, to Parliament, and then he responded by telling them that, you people, you clowns, I will not come to Parliament, I would rather come and arrest you. It's not like something of that nature happened this week, but something close. So, on his Twitter account, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba says that the UPDF has entered South Sudan and is assisting the SPLF in ensuring there is calm between Kiir and Machar. And the idea here is that this is an operation which has to be sanctioned by Parliament. What happens? MPs are asking the Minister of Defense, why is it that the UPDF is in South Sudan without approval of Parliament? Minister of Defense comes in, Honorable Botha, and says, I have not participated in any meeting that has sanctioned any UPDF deployment. So this was really funny, right? That the military can be out of the country. And the minister is claiming that they do not know about it, at least officially. I don't know whether that was tactical or not. I don't know what you think in that regard. Another MP comes and says, are we losing control of the CDF? That he can abuse the constitution, yet any UPDF going out of the country and on any ground, even if they're going for 1 second and 1 hour, Parliament must approve. So that's what happened. Two, this week we were in an expenditure roar as Parliament, and I'm going to walk you through the numbers, and then other details I'll recommend you follow our social media platforms at PWatch. So Parliament approved 4.255 trillion shillings in supplementary expenditure. Now it's important to notice that government is allowed to have 3% of the national budget they spend as supplementary expenditure. One, the expenditure must be unavoidable, and two, unforeseeable. I'm going to read through the expenditures and you tell me whether that was foreseeable or whether it was unavoidable. Okay, let's start, right? Let's start. State House, that was the first vote they indicated of the 60 votes in that supplementary expenditure. State House, 8.967, but State House had a number of votes in that supplementary expenditure. They come again in that very one and they say we want 358.08 billion to cater for shortfalls in supplementary expenditure. Let me read again, just in case you didn't hear the numbers. 358.08 billion. They say that the ISO need 3.267 to ensure that citizens are not abusing wetlands and other resources which are supplementary expenditure. I don't know what you think. Do you think those are unavoidable expenditures? Do you think those are necessary expenditures? The Ministry of Defense and Veteran Affairs says we need an extra 186 billion. 186 for operational shortfalls. Now, teachers, you might love this. 7.90 billion for your SACCO, the Warimo Teachers SACCO coming. I'm going to proceed a bit together. I know most of you have been asking yourself, the seed schools we have in our districts that were under the phase 2 program, what should we do? Just last week that we came from, we passed 1.3, we as Parliament, and that's Parliament, it passes 1.3 billion to cater for 92 phase 2 seed schools to ensure they can recruit 2,852 teachers. I don't know what you think about this very expenditure. I'm still proceeding to test whether this is avoidable and whether it's necessary expenditure. 3.6 billion for the Office of the President to ensure we can cater for wages and salaries for deputy RDCs. You can tell me whether that is very, very necessary expenditure. Of course, you also saw 7.132 billion getting to the National Curriculum Development Center to ensure they can roll out the A-level new curriculum which has just come to table. Now, and this is going to be the last one because I'm going to refer you to our pages and you see whatever happened, right? Now, You know that government has always had this appetite to invest in private companies. Last week we told you about the coffee factory in Tungamo, which government has given money with no share certificate, with no record of where that money is how government is benefiting at a shareholder level. But again, you can get these reports on the Parliament Watch website. At Yak Sugar Factory, 115 billion has been given extra. Now, this is a favorite, the favorite for Ugandans, Roboa Hospital, right? Yes, our friend Pinetti. We have added them 298 billion. We are very rich, as a country. We are very rich, and I think this is very, very important. So, again, these are 60 votes. You can just go to the Parliament Watch website and you see those specific votes. And this is very, very, very vital. Now, lastly, and this is very, very important for those of you who want to finance your housing goals using mortgage, the Mortgage Refinance Institutions Bill 2025 was tabled by government, and this is supposed to provide regulation for the refinancing of mortgage institutions. I don't know what you think. Go to the Parliament Watch website and see what that bill entails and what it will mean to you as an individual. See you next week.